I had a great time at the live last night, or at the premiere last night. That was so much fun, you guys. I am so glad that I was invited to be a part of that project and that it turned out the way that it did. I had a pretty big vision in mind there, and I sure did learn a lot along the way. So I went for a rock walk. Must have been Sunday, I think. And I didn't get a chance to look at these rocks until just today. So, are they in focus at all? Let's see if we can fix that. So, right in the water. Let me dry off. Oh, come on. There it goes. Okay. And now I think we're the wrong way. There we go. Let's see if we can fix this. Hang in there, please. Bear with me. Be patient. Just trying to get a little better look at some of these. Good morning, Mike. Yeah, I need a shoe today. Welcome to the shoe. I need to just hang out and chat with you guys today. I have to go to court later this afternoon, and I just need a minute like this to just breathe and unwind before that happens. Um, it doesn't really have anything to do with me except that I was a witness to something that happened. So I just have to go testify, say what I saw, but still, who wants to go to court? Good morning, Mia. Yes, thank you. That was so much fun. I saw your comment that you were watching and just couldn't participate in the chat, and I appreciate that, Mia. Um, I did see your comment, so if you got any questions, comments, concerns, otherwise, let me know. I have an email too. If you ever want to email me, you're more than welcome to. So I went for a rock walk on Sunday, and this is a little bit of what I found, most of what I found. And I'll probably actually make an actual video about finding these rocks because I did take some video. It was pretty windy as usual, but I do have the footage of me out finding these and talking about them as I go along. So let's just dig in here and let's have a look at some of these. This one's really weird. Let me see if I can figure out where's the camera. And can we make it focus? See if that helps. Yeah, a little bit. Little oddball here. I don't know what it is. It was just weird. I picked it up. I have no idea what I'm going to even do with it. Here's another little weirdo. It's got some fossils in it. Again, no idea what I'd even do with this. The focus. Come on. Is that helpful? Oops, if I get it in frame, that would help a lot too. Anyway, a couple little fossils in there. Kind of a weirdo. The focus on this thing. I'm going to get a new phone, you guys, I swear. This S9 is just not keeping up. Oh, this has still got scuzz on it. But I liked that it was like green and pink. It's just what we would call a little pudding stone, maybe even. That's what I call them. But yeah, junk. What am I going to do with that? That was probably in all reality a leverite. One was kind of cool. I don't know what it is, but I thought it was cool enough to pick it up. Have a closer look at it. Figure things out about it. What is that? Dumb. That's just a dumb little jasper. Okay, I shouldn't call him dumb. Here's a couple of red ones. Pretty little things. The red in this one isn't showing up on camera quite as bold as it is in real life. But neither of them are. I wonder if that's just a... that helps. If I brighten that screen up, I see a little more of that red over there. I'm watching you over here while I'm watching you, while I'm watching me, watching you, watching me. Here's a piece of petrified wood. Pretty agate-y up here on top. Is it focusing? Maybe. Maybe a little. I can't tell. Everything's so delayed. Well, Mike, today wouldn't be a bad day for something like Inception to happen. The it might get me out of court today. That's terrible. There was some blue. Here was another blue one in here too. I cannot say no to the blue colored rocks. I'm with you on that one, Mia. Blue rocks. And I think this is just a chert, but chert actually polishes really nice in the tumbler or on a wheel or wherever you want to polish it. But chert actually takes a pretty nice polish. So I may polish that someday. Oh, there's another silly jasper. And a yellow rock. You know, I love yellow as much as I love blue. Yellow's my next fave. And just a little banded jasper. So we'll get through these pretty quick here. Oops, this actually fell off of that. So let's talk about that one. What an unusual pattern. I don't see that up here often. I don't know what this rock is. I would probably like to find that out someday. And I don't think it's pretty soft, so it probably won't cut and polish. But it's got an interesting pattern on it, and I want to learn more about that rock. So I brought it home. Ick, excuse me while I rinse that so it's not in that water, making it look all muddy. Okay, moving on. What else? This one had a weird shape. Super, super weird. Looks like a bubbly little brain or something. I like it when they get that weird dimply pattern. I think it's just quartz, but kind of an odd duck. So I brought it home. Have a look at it. Just another little quartz here. I thought it was pretty. Again, kind of leaning on that blue-yellow side of things that I really like. I think probably a quartz again here, but I thought it was really pretty already. It wouldn't take a whole lot of tumbling to make that kind of a pretty piece. So, yeah, you never know. I have a big tube, a homemade tumbler, a great big PVC tube, and it's not quite full. So every once in a while I do pick something up and with the idea that I may put it in that tube. And I might hook that homemade PVC tube up to the motor and it might not turn at all. So this is a piece of a septarian nodule. And of course, that calcite on there is just fun. There's a little bit on the other side too, but I actually thought I'll pick this up and I'll probably just polish off one side of this. See if I can make it stand up maybe even and be a little display piece. So, you know, probably not something I'll do first thing, but if I'm bored in the winter, it's nice to have material like this around that I can just play with. So yeah, I do pick some of that up. This rock, let's just talk about it. It's huge. It's taking up a bunch of space here. I love these rocks. I have some of these that are smaller that I actually have ran through the tumbler, and they're beautiful. They're just stunning polished. And this one's too big. I probably won't polish it, but I don't see why this couldn't have a little home out on the porch with some of the other bigger rocks and nicer rocks. I love some of these inclusions. I love these rocks. Again, they're basic. They're not agates. They're not anything we're going to facet and make beautiful jewelry out of or anything, but how cool is some of the patterning in there? I like these. You got a dark chunk there, a light chunk there, purple one there. So I just, you know, yeah, saw practice, sure, why not? And I don't think I've cut and polished any of these. I think I've just tumbled them. So who knows? They might be kind of cool cut. It might be cool cut. Yeah, it's like little cobbles. So, you know, what would you would call that a conglomerate? See if I can keep it in focus while I talk to you. But and again, like I say, nothing special, but I like it. I like it a lot actually. So I brought it home. I'm avoiding that one because it was the highlight of my trip, and I doubt the focus is going to cooperate very good on that one. So we'll save it. The rest of what all is, oop, that's not. This has a fossil piece coming right through it. Again, I'm not going to even know if this is focusing until just make it focus. Oh, again, put it in focus. So there's a little like piece of fan coral or whatever that is. I can see it right there. Otherwise, it looks like a rather unremarkable jasper. You could see some fine little fossil details happening here and there, but yeah, they show much better. Here's another piece up here and another one here. So I love looking at stuff like this underneath of my jeweler's loupe or my Optivisor. Cool little, thanks, Mia. It's cool to kind of take you into that micro world, that micro fossil world. I have a no wood left behind policy, so here are just some little woods. This one's really pretty, really unique. It's got all kinds of different angles and different colors and things happening in it. I like this piece. I don't know what, if anything, I'll do with it. Yeah, it's a little naughty little wood. But, and it may just go into the wood collection with everything else, but there it is. This one was this was a delight to find. This was buried to about here, and I think about this much of it was sticking out of the dirt. And I saw it, picked it up, and I really couldn't see the back side of it, the side that my hand is on right now, because it was covered in dirt. And even when I flipped it over, all of this little detail down in here, there was dirt packed in there, so I couldn't see it out in the field. So when I got home and this red started popping out and this knot in the middle here started coming out of the dirt, I was like, oh, it just gets prettier and prettier as I wash it. So I love this. This is just, I mean, again, there's a whole world in there. There's a little tiny piece of agate banding and maybe even a piece of agate right in there, but yeah, look at the banding on this side. It's just gorgeous. That one may meet the saw someday. I don't know. It's got kind of a crack here. It looks like it goes pretty much all the way through too. So, I mean, it looks like it's good and cemented together. Like even if you did cut it, it's not probably gonna fall into two pieces, but having a big crack down the middle of your piece might not be like a fish fillet. Hey, Slim, good morning. But yeah, I was just tickled when I found that sticking out of the dirt. And it's a place I've been before. And like I say, I may actually publish a video on that hunt. We'll see how, when I watch it back, how terrible the wind noise is. But I was actually down on this draw where I found all this wood, hoping that I'd find a piece of dino bone. I kind of have dino bone fever right now. So I did not find a piece of dino bone, but I did find all of these really awesome woods and some of these other rocks. So I'm happy. You take what you can get. You can hope, but you definitely got to be happy with what you get. So this is kind of a cool little piece. And kind of whoop, 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 kind of wavy. I liked it. Here I found this one all by itself. Not anything super special. It's really kind of too thin to do anything with, but when you polish these, even if it's just in the tumbler, you might have to ditch this piece up here if you were going to tumble it. But I love the sound they make when it's all wood all together. They have a unique kind of a clack to them. So, no wood left behind. This was also a separate piece. Look at that opal chunk in there. Oop, is it in focus? There's a little bit of opalized wood running right down the middle of that piece. All the way to the end. You can see it down here at the end. It's more agate down here at the end, more opally up here, and it's just a little guy, but I didn't see all of that until I got him home and washed him. I knew he was a little petrified wood. Almost didn't pick him up, but kind of glad I did. That'll be cool under a black light. That'd be cool if you just polished it, freeform polished it. You guys know I'm a sucker for a puzzle wood. And if I do publish a video on this, I get a kick out of me. I sat there and looked at this piece and was like, yay, look at all the banding on it. And it's cool. It's kind of a cool color. It's kind of a blue color, and you still get like so much of that fine wood detail, that grain in there. This is crud. This brown stuff is crud. Might even be able to dissolve that off with some muriatic acid. But yeah, kind of a neat piece. So I sat and marveled at this piece and looked around to make sure I wasn't missing anything else, and talked about some things that I was seeing. And then I was just about to shut the camera off, and I was like, holy cow, there's another piece of it right there. This one's even prettier than the last one. Look at all that wood detail in there. I think that's pretty dang cool. And again, like I say, I'm a sucker for two pieces that fit together. I think, I was gonna say, I think there was another little piece in here, but I might have took it out that fits like in here or somewhere, but I'm a sucker for a puzzle wood. And all of this black stuff in here, it's actually a lichen of some kind, but I scrubbed for a while and was like, yeah, good enough. I could probably get some more of that off there. There, I got a little bit of it off, but I'm just whatever. It's okay. It can hang. I love that. That's so cool. Good morning, hobo. I'm hanging out, just trying to kind of de-stress a little bit. I work in a grocery store, and a few weeks ago, a guy came in and like freaked out and scared a bunch of kids, and I got to go to court today to tell my side of the story, to tell what I saw, and it's stressing me out, and it's weighing heavy on my shoulders. So I just wanted to have a good morning visit with you guys, look at some rocks, paint a smile on my face. This makes me smile. So I needed this morning. I appreciate having you guys here when I'm having a rough day like this, so we can all just hang out and think about other things for a minute. So this was the highlight of my rock walk the other day. I could see this side of it sticking out of the dirt, and I was like, there's some banding happening in there. Huh. I don't take a spray bottle with me when I rock hound. I just rub the dirt the best I can off on my jeans. Sometimes I'll lick my finger and wipe the dirt off of it a little bit. But when I got home and washed this rock up, and I saw look at the little eyes and the little banding in there. I love this rock. This was the highlight of my day. This was my favorite find. And if it had been laying the wrong way, if it had been laying like that in the dirt, I probably would have thought, man, that's a junky old quartz. I'm not picking that up. But it just happened to be showing me just a couple of these little eyes and a little bit of that banding. Yeah, if I polish some of this rough stuff off of here and smooth out some of these edges and stuff, you're going to see even more detail in that than you do already. What a cool piece, huh, guys? And I don't know, is it an agate? Would you call it a treasure state? A prairie agate. Let's call it a prairie agate because I think it really is mostly quartz. Let's get it wet again. I mean, you don't have to have it wet to see all the detail. It just makes it a little prettier. Awesome, Hobo. Oh, both of you girls get your kids today. Get to go hang out with your sons today. Good job. Awesome, girls. Yeah, thank you, Hobo. I instantly fell in love. It was love at first sight. So, yeah, that premiere last night, guys, that was a ton of fun. But I got to tell you, to balance work, life, kids, home, all of that while I was doing the editing and stuff in the background, and whoo, my significant other, thank you, Slim. Yeah, we'll get together again soon. And like I say, I may have a video on this, but my significant other told me this morning, welcome back. Now that I got that premiered and that project with Katie did done, he was like, welcome back. It's good to have you back. So I get to kind of finally relax a little bit after I go to court today. Blah! Oh, this is so pretty. I love this. All right, so I have one more quick, exciting something. Let me dry my fingers off because what I'm going to show you isn't for water and isn't for rocks, really, even. Oh, look, we missed one. We missed one. Hey there, how's it going this morning? We're having coffee together and looking at rocks. I can't make it focus. There it is. We missed that tiny little guy. Okay, so I'm gonna move this and then show you guys. I'm excited. I ordered a bunch of stickers. I don't trust that there. Let's put it over here. And the first batch of stickers came. Where did I put that? Where did it go? Oh, where are my stickers? All right, I'll just go grab another one. Okay, I ordered 2 different kinds of stickers. Thank you. I like the little clear guy too. I ordered IMCA stickers. So now when I do meteorite cutting and jewelry, wire wrapping and jewelry work and stuff, I know it's cool. It's cool to know who your IMCA dealer is, what their name is. Also, when I donate to schools and things like that, I thought it was cool to be able to attach an IMCA number to those meteorites that I'm donating. So anything, thanks, man. I hope it's not too stressful too. Like I say, that none of it has really anything to do with me, except that I got I got a ration of crap because I was the person who was standing there when he felt like freaking out. So it's so fun to work in public service, isn't it? Customer service. Usually I really don't mind it because usually it's locals. It's little old ladies who need help out to their car, and it's single old guys who you're the only one they talk to all day. You know, I really, really do love my customers, you know, almost as much as I love you guys. But when somebody has a bad day, sometimes you get to be the brunt of that. And unfortunately, it wasn't just me who was the brunt of that. It was kind of everybody who was in the store. And because track practice had just let out, there were a bunch of kids in the store. And so I just literally have to go in, say what I saw happen, and that's it. Whatever happens after that has nothing to do with me. The outcome of the court date today has nothing to do with me. So it should be okay. I would way rather go play with rocks or do this than that. So like I say, I just wanted to have morning coffee and say hello to everybody. And My kids get out of school early today, so this is my me time. This is my breathe time. This is my remember to breathe time. Anyway, I got IMCA stickers to go along with all of my donations, jewelry work, things like that. Who doesn't love a sticker? You know, these can be peeled off and attached right to the case or the bag or whatever the meteorite's being displayed in, or, you know, hand them out as freebies with some of my orders and go stick them to the side of your saw. Or, you know, I've got a Topher Spin meteorite sticker on my coffee mug. Where's it at? I don't know. The sticker says, "Don't be so terrestrial." You know, I love logo stickers. So your afternoon coffee, it's still morning here, thank goodness. So I get a few more hours to kind of catch up on some stuff before I have to go to town. But I also ordered some Prairie Girl Rocks stickers. So these are paper stickers. They're not as fancy. Like I say, they're just for labeling some of my meteorite stuff with my IMCA number. But I got some Prairie Girl Rocks round vinyl stickers so we can stick them to our coffee mugs, the window of your truck, your saw, wherever you want to stick it. And that son of a gun should last. It shouldn't mind a little bit of water. It shouldn't mind a little bit of wear. So I'm excited. I'm going to start giving out Prairie Girl Rocks stickers in some of my orders as freebies and stuff. So, and I'm going to stick them everywhere. But yeah, I thought this was a neat way. Like I've printed my IMCA logo onto the bottom of like kind of COA kind of cards and things like that. But who doesn't love a sticker? I love stickers. So I thought I'd get some so I could hand them out to everyone. You could stick them all over the place. So yeah, good morning, Patrick. I was just kind of coming down off of that video that I posted the other night. That was a whole bunch of work for me. And it was just such a climax to get to visit with everybody. Yeah, I like it. That was a good idea. They were really affordable too. But the paper ones are more affordable than the vinyl ones. So, but anyway, it was a fun video and it was a lot of work. And so to finally get to share that, I've been working very diligently, and yet I've been kind of excited to get it done. So yeah, welcome back. I'm glad to be back and not have quite so much work to be doing all the time. So it's good to make an easy video like this, a nice live where we just kind of get to visit and stuff. But I'm pretty proud of that video we put out the other night. That was way too cool. To block out the sun. Oh no. Hobo, oh no. Oh. Yeah, kind of. A sticker should only be used by proper sticker persons. Agree, Mike. And I feel the same way about glitter and confetti. Should only be used by proper glitter and confetti persons. And that's not an age restriction either, because I know some people who are the right age, but still not the right proper sticker person. I'm sorry, Hobo. WD-40 does a really good job taking stickers off, in case you've never tried that, especially off of glass. And there's something about that oil on the adhesive that just makes it way not have its sticky power anymore. So try some WD-40 if you ever decide to try to take those off there. If you ever need to get a label off the side of a jar, a little WD-40 will go a long way. So yeah, anyway, acetone here, yeah. I like the smell of WD-40 a little better. You think it's cute? You want to leave it there? All right. I like that too. I'll send you some more stickers you can put on your window. Yeah, anyway, cool video. It was a lot of fun to share with everybody. It was a lot of fun to be part of Kate's project. We did, in case you guys missed it, I really wasn't specific about what we did there, but all three of us girls, I donated a wire-wrapped necklace, wire-wrapped meteorite necklace. Jules donated a polished piece, and Sue donated, it's her meteorite jewelry is just a little bit more manufactured. So she's got like little daisies and things with a piece of iron meteorite in the middle of them and stuff. They're really cute. But so there were four of us girls: Marissa, does the thin section photography that absolutely wowed everyone last night. I'm so proud of her. And she's the only one that didn't donate a piece to the heart wreath that Kate is making and will auction off on the 7th of May. So stay tuned for that. Get in there and check out all the bidding action and all of the finished products that Kate gets all put together. It should be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what's going on with me this morning. Like I say, just kind of a quick little take a breath, remember to breathe, keep it simple, stupid. I like that one, you know, kiss. Let's kiss today. Let's just have a kiss kind of day. And keep it, I mean, how more simple does this get? You know, this is walking and picking up rocks, being out in nature, exploring all these tiny little details. It's, how could you worry about anything in the world when you've got such fascinating things all around you? And you guys are great too. I appreciate you guys too. My mom was in the chat last night on the premiere, and she commented about how absolutely nice and welcoming everybody was. And I told her, that's our little rock family. We've all worked really hard to build this little community and make it exactly what it is. And I couldn't be more proud of this rock community either. You guys are wonderful. You know, Hobo, I think it's over for this year. But yes, I do think that she's going to do it again next year. There were a lot of makers. I know that Everybody Rocks. Kate tried really hard to get a hold of Everybody Rocks and get her to participate as well. And they just kept missing each other. Yeah, I know. Isn't this little rock fam just super awesome? Angie, good morning. It's morning here. Good afternoon to you. We're just talking about how awesome this little rock crew is. So like I told my mom, you know, it's not a surprise at all to me that everybody was super welcoming and super nice, because this is the community that we've all built together. This is the community that you know, that is the rock fam, the rock fam. So I told her, welcome to the rock family. You're now officially a member. Family. Oh, so yeah, this one, very cool. This one I was quite excited about. This one I'm very curious about. We got a puzzle rock. Oh, you guys, we got a bumpity lumpity one. Lots of wood. No dino bone. That's okay. I'm still chin up. I'm still happy to keep looking. So, and still no meteorite. I've been looking for like 10 years now, and I've still not found a meteorite. So let me tell you guys a quick story about meteorite hunting. I try to not cross the two too much and bore you guys to death with my meteorite talk, but let me tell you, there's a difference between finding a meteorite in a known strewn field and finding a dry find, something that nobody else has ever discovered. And that's what I would like to do, and I would like to do that in Montana. There are 7 classified meteorites to the state of Montana, and I would love to make number 8 someday. That would be a dream come true. But I've got a buddy. His name is Steven, and he did in fact find a previously undiscovered meteorite. It's called Barnstable meteorite, and it was a dry find. He looked for 10 years before he found that meteorite, and I feel like I'm approaching that 10-year mark now, so I've got to be getting close, right? And I do feel like, too, the more I learn, the better my chances are. So maybe someday soon. But between the two of us, between myself and my friend Steven, we have almost 20 years of meteorite hunting and only one find to prove that we've done such hard work. So, and it's his, it's all his, it's not mine. So, but you got to just keep a good attitude about this kind of stuff. Be happy with what you do get, because what you do get is not nothing. And I get to share it with all of you guys too. So how cool is that? Yeah, like I say, I try not to mix the two, rocks and meteorites, too much, especially not get too over the top sciencey. But yeah, if you thought that maybe you were going to go out and meteorite hound and find something, you should probably be a little, sorry about that, guys. It's the Rock Hounding podcast, by the way, that's messaging me right now. But yeah, be a little bit aware that the analogy that I really like to use is that your chances of going out on the first try and finding a meteorite are about the same as opening your dryer and finding all of your laundry perfectly folded inside. I mean, it's possible, but it's probably never going to happen, right? So it's possible that you'll go out looking in a not named Sternfield the first time and find a meteorite, but it's so highly unlikely that you could nearly call it impossible. I know I'd like to have my dryer do that for me just once. I don't know if I'd rather have my dryer do that for me once or if I'd rather find a meteorite. You'll wait for the laundry to fold, huh? Exactly. I mean, it's just not likely. It's so highly unlikely. And as long as you realize that and you don't set your hopes and you know, don't set your hopes too high. It takes a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then there are people who watch meteorites fall out of the sky and they triangulate where they're going to land and they check the weather radar data and they get a real good idea where they're going to be. They can say with certainty that there's rocks on the ground, but we just got to go find them between here and here somewheres where the weather data says they are, or the triangulation of all these videos say they might be. So somebody gets in their car, their truck, and buys an expensive plane ticket and an expensive hotel room, and they spend a week, maybe even 2 weeks looking, and the terrain is miserable. It's mosquito ridden, it's tick ridden, it's just nasty, terrible terrain. And they go out there and they're miserable all week, and it costs them a fortune to do it, and they may still come home empty handed. So there are no guarantees. It is definitely a lottery. So, but I can't stress that enough. It's a great passion and desire to have, but it's not instant gratification kind of hobby. So the rock hounding kind of is. I can go out almost any day of the week and come back with something kind of cool. But yeah, meteorite hunting, dino bone hunting in my neighborhood isn't even a for sure kind of thing. So there's lots around me, but it's still something you've got to train your eye to see and something you've got to get a little bit knowledgeable about. So, but yeah, there's my spiel for this morning. And yeah, it took my mind off of all of the serious things that I have to deal with today and put a smile on my face. I hope not, Mike, but you know what? If one wants to come land on my truck or something, I'd be fine with that. I mean, it doesn't have to be a neighborhood destroyer. It could just be a little roof denter. And if it hits something like my truck or my house, it makes it more valuable. So go right ahead. I'll sacrifice my truck to find a meteorite. Yeah, just a little, tailgate dinger, something I could keep driving around. But yeah. No, anyway. Yeah, that's called a bolide. When it explodes, that's called a bolide. And they're very exciting to watch. And they often will produce many small meteorites on the ground if they produce any on the ground at all. But we watch for the bolides when the meteorites are coming through the atmosphere and we're seeing the videos of them. When they just go pew and they burn out, that's probably exactly what they did, was burn out. They were probably no bigger than a grain of sand or a baseball to begin with, and they just did not make it through the atmosphere. They burned completely up. But when they're coming through the atmosphere, pew, and then they go boom, and it gets real bright, that's called a terminal flash or a bolide, and that's a really good indicator that there's maybe rocks on the ground. So yeah, but I actually kind of like the exploding ones, and as long as they don't hurt anybody, they're, like I say, a good indicator that there's rocks on the ground. As long as they do it way high up in the atmosphere, it doesn't hurt people. But when they do it like Chelly did right down on the ground, it can be pretty traumatic. Did you guys watch SpaceX? I liked it. It was funny. Yeah, that one in Russia. That's the one I'm talking about. I have a piece of that. Would you guys like to see it? I'll go get it real quick. So we're talking about Chelyabinsk, Russia. The type of meteorite that fell there that day was an LL5 chondrite. Let's see, I thought I had the details on it about what time of day it fell and all of that, but it fell on 2/15 of 2013. And it was a bolide event, and it did blow up in the atmosphere, and the sonic boom from that event shattered a bunch of the windows, broke a bunch of windows and glass. So yes, Hobo wants to see it. So I got a small 2 pieces here of Chelly. It's not much to look at, but it was such an amazing meteorite when it came through the atmosphere that it's one of the more well-known meteorites of our lifetime. So again, it's an H5. It's not a lot to look at, but look at the fusion crust on that thing. Oop, let's get it to focus. There we go. Yeah, I do have a little bit of the glass too. I remember waking up that morning. I was still living with my ex-husband at the time, and he had just installed a really cool surround sound system in our living room and just hooked up like a really huge big screen TV. And yeah, and it exploded into all these tiny fragments. And that's when that happened, and it made that sonic boom. I got something stuck to my finger. That's what blew out all the glass and scared the heck out of everybody. Anyway, so the morning that this happened over in Russia, I woke up here in the United States that morning and turned on my YouTube, and it was all over the place. Meteorite explodes over Russia. And I clicked on the thumbnail, you know, and let the video play, and I was just in shock and awe. And I turned the volume up on the TV, and I could hear all the sonic booms and stuff, and people were terrified. And I mean, it's common knowledge now to me that meteorites can do that, but I had no idea before that they could do that. I was not into meteorites like I am now when this happened. But it made a huge impact on me. I remember waking up that morning and seeing it on the big screen TV and hearing it on the surround sound and being just in shock and awe at what an amazing thing had just happened over in Russia. So I remember too, like there were a bunch of little school kids and stuff that it actually kind of terrified them. And I heard afterward that a lot of the kids, you know, the adults there tried to explain to them that this was a once in a lifetime kind of event, and that we were very lucky to see it, and to, you know, that it wasn't all that scary, but that we're lucky to see it. So I don't know if you could have convinced me of that right away, but I definitely feel like that now. I feel like this was a once in a lifetime event, and we were lucky to see it in our lifetime. So I think that's cool. And it did, you know, the breaking glass is what hurt people. The meteorite itself didn't hurt anybody, but they ran to the window and looked out the window to see what, you know, there was a big trail in the sky that this thing had left. And so they were wondering what had happened and what they had just witnessed. And then the sonic boom came much later than the visual event, and then exploded all this glass. And that's what hurt people, was the breaking glass, and when they were looking out the windows. Yeah, then there was that Siberian event that lit up the sky. I guess it was so bright that you could read a newspaper like halfway around the world. I don't know that for sure, but yeah, some once in a lifetime kind of events. Most of the stuff that falls to the ground is, you know, most of the neighborhood doesn't even notice it, that anything even happened in their neighborhood. But once in a while we get those events. Yeah, the achondrites, Hobo, are an enigma still to me. I don't know as much about the achondrites as I should. We kind of find our focuses, and I know a lot about mesositerites and chondrites, but I don't know very much about irons and achondrites. So yeah, most of them burn up in the atmosphere, right? You're right, Mike. Yes, most of them are there's nothing to see, nothing to find on the ground. And then others are on the ground and are so important to science that it's important that we get them collected quickly before Earth's environment starts corroding and contaminating them. There's a meteorite that fell. It's called Murchison, and it's got more amino acids in it than the human body. So it's cool that we can find some of these things almost as soon as they hit the ground and donate. Well, we don't donate necessarily, but if you want to have a meteorite classified like this, an L5, and it's given a place name, Chelyabinsk, then you need to get it classified. And in order to get it classified, you have to give a certain percent of your stone to science. And so yeah, it's important that we're picking these things up and giving them to scientists because there's a lot to learn about them. So yeah, I'd love to have one fall really near my home, and I'd like to be one of the first people out picking it up. I think that would be the coolest. And in the meantime, I'm looking for stuff that happened maybe thousands of years ago, maybe hundreds of years ago. So, and that's just waiting there to be found. That's an interesting idea, Hobo. You should probably shoot him a message about that. I don't see why we shouldn't do an episode on that on Topher spin meteorites. That would be very interesting. Impact glass, I do kind of have some impact glass and some tektites and some Libyan desert glass, that kind of thing. It's not what I collect. I do have some that's been given to me though. And I do have some that I have here to wire wrap, and but they're not mine to keep. They're to wire wrap and sell. But yeah, I do have some. These aren't the nicest ones, but there are bits of these that, like over here on this side, that are translucent. So I collect what I can afford and not much else. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I see, these were gifted to me. And I actually was kind of against, you can really see through over here on this side. That's plenty thin enough to be transparent. I actually was kind of like, ugh, I don't want any impactites or tektites or Libyan desert glass in my collection. That's just not what I'm interested in. But I'll be honest with you, after I got these in my hand and saw them with my own eye and stuff, I was like, those are actually kind of cool. And not cool enough to make me go out and buy a bunch or anything, but I'm glad. I'm glad that I get to study them and learn more about them. Yeah, these ones over here are really pretty. Let me see if I can get a light behind them for you. They're very green. And that's kind of what started me. Wire wrapping, isn't that beautiful, you guys? They don't look like much laying there, little black lumps of coal, but when you backlight them, they're beautiful. And that's what started me wire wrapping tektites and Libyan desert glass and stuff, was that when they're wire wrapped and you can hang them on the rear view mirror of your car or in your kitchen window or something where the sunlight can come through them, they're stunning. So beautiful. I love that color too, Mike. And good morning, full, or afternoon if it's afternoon where you're at. Grab this other one. See if we can, yep, there's translucent bits there at the top, some down there at the bottom. Yeah, like I say though, that wasn't necessarily something that I went out of my way to go find and put into my collection because I didn't think I was into it. But once you get them in hand and you see how absolutely stunningly beautiful they are, how could you not love them? At least a little. So yeah, like I say, I have some Libyan desert glass and some other tektites and stuff, but they're in inventory that they're not mine. I could go get them and show them to you. That'd be no problem, but I don't want to. Yeah, I think it is moldavite. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. Anyway, we kind of took a little off-road tour there and talked about meteorites for a minute, but like I say, it is a passion of mine. It is something that I like to incorporate into my rock hounding. I'm far more successful as a rock hound than I am as a meteorite hunter. So, but yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer your questions, help you get set on the right track. Yeah, we all specialize in something. We all know that Full is Mr. Turquoise. So he wants all of the turquoise sent to his house. I want all the space rocks to land on my house. So anyway, yeah, kind of a fun little hangout this morning here, guys. And I like to say, I do have a video of me finding some of these rocks. I just got to check and see how terrible the audio is with the wind that always blows out here on the prairie. If it's not terrible, I'll share it with you guys because it is kind of fun. Kind of fun to hear my excitement, and we look at a couple of little bugs and a couple of little flowers and things. Oh, that reminds me, my tulips bloomed this morning, you guys. Yay! And my Hoya's blooming. Let me reach over here. And it looks like little shooting stars. See if I can get it in the camera for you here without spilling all its dirt. Don't they look like little shooting stars? And it smells so pretty. So pretty. And it's going to do it again. It's got a second round of blooms here getting ready to come out. Oh, it smells wonderful. I could voice over it. I could, Mike, you're right. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I've got a little less on my plate now that I've got my Katydid Rocks collaboration taken care of. So yeah, thank goodness. I'm so ready for spring. And it's finally sprung over here. And it went straight from put your snow shovel away to get your lawnmower out. It was like 70 degrees here yesterday, and we all thought we were going to die. Everybody who came into the grocery store was just sweating, and they were like, boy, it went from sweatshirts to tank tops. So yeah, I'm glad though. I'm glad I can see the rocks again. They're not buried under, feet and feet of snow. So yeah, it was good to get out and rock hound on Sunday. I actually almost kind of forgot what I'd found. I definitely remembered that I'd found this one. It was the highlight of my day, and I remembered that I'd found that one and a handful of other woods, but I kind of couldn't remember. It was kind of an adventure to go through them a couple days after I found them here. So anyway, thanks for joining me this morning, guys. Yeah, sunscreen. Good morning, Blaine Squirrel. Yeah, it's sunscreen season out here for sure. And if the sun doesn't burn you, the wind will. You guys ever get windburn? That's not fun. I've windburnt my eyeballs a couple of times. It's not fun. So yeah, and your cheeks will get windburnt. So yeah, if it's not a, fire ant or the sun or the wind, something out here is trying to harm you, kill you, run you off, make you duck in and go back home. But I'm too tough for that. I will prevail like a rock. Oh, so yeah, thank you guys for joining me this morning. We'll do it again. Hopefully I'll get to take you along one of these days. Probably not for a live. Cell service, Wi-Fi, that kind of stuff is really horrible in town. It's real bad when you get out of town. So, but again, I did do some recording yesterday, so hopefully I'll get to post and you guys can come along with me on my rock adventure. If not, we'll just wait for a little bit nicer day, and sooner than later you guys will get to see some of the beautiful prairie that I get to go enjoy. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys again for having coffee and rock chat. And yeah, keep on doing as Kate says, rock on. All of that good stuff. Yeah, cool beans. Sorry, Blind Squirrel, you kind of jumped in here right at the farewells. But yeah, go out, like a couple of rock hounding videos, leave a couple comments, support our awesome little community here. Yeah, thank you guys for letting me share with you. I enjoy that. So we'll do it again soon. Rock on. Enjoy the weather. Happy cutting. Happy polishing. Happy rock collecting. See you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Pretty rocks out on the prairie. Pretty rocks are everywhere. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. See you guys. See you next time.